at it. It's Saturday, and you about to put that second coat on everything. Before I start that though, my mother-in-law did mention she wanted me to. Well, she didn't ask me to do this, but she wants to install new window blinds. She already had window blinds, but they're like old and they're metal and they kind of messed up. So she wants to get new ones. She saw some out at Home Depot or Lowe's, I think. I think she said Lowe's for like $18, but she said they were 48 inches. And when I measured this, it was about 47 and some change. So 48 ain't gonna work. So I'm just gonna measure these real quick. Maybe show you how to measure your windows if you want to install window blinds. We're gonna do inside window blinds. And then, yeah, I'm just gonna write these down and send that to her. After that, we'll start painting. I'm gonna start with the doors first today because I want those to dry as soon as possible so that I can put another coat on those because I didn't paint them yesterday. And I think she has a measuring tape, yeah. She has a measuring tape here. I don't know where mine is, so I'm gonna use hers for now. I think mine is in the car. But yeah. So if you're measuring blinds, you wanna make sure it's precise. So first thing I'm gonna do is measure the top part. And I'm getting about 47 1/4. Then I'm gonna do the middle part, which is different already, I can tell. This one is about 47 1/2. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, about 47 1/2. And then the bottom is about 47 3/8. Yeah, so what was that? 47 1/4, 47 1/2, and 47 3/8. I don't even have a pen. Let me write that down. All right, so I'm gonna just write this down real quick. Window. It's wet. Damn it. Gosh darn it. Oh, I have paper right here. Let me just use this. All right. I'm gonna make a square. I'm just gonna draw it out and then write the measurements. All right, so we got 47 1/4 inches. That's from the top. The middle part is 47 1/2 inches. And then the bottom part was 47 3/8. Okay, and then we're gonna also measure from top to bottom. So we got, let me start here. Actually, we got, we got 46 7/8. 46 7/8. And then let's do the middle part. Which is so much different. This is 47 1/8. 47. 47 1/8. That's in the middle part. And now let's do this. This one is about the same, 47 and 8. And then 8. Alright. Alright, we got those measurements. Let me save this paper. I'll give it to her later. Now let's get into it. Let's really get into it. Alright, so I'm gonna just put, I need to get a new one of these. I got a hole in this one from using a knife in it. I forgot what I did. I was like scraping out dry paint and I used a sharp knife, which was silly. And like there's paint. You can see the logo. Anyway, let's just open this paint. Ooh, I'm not even. Dang, use more paint than I thought. Just gonna stir this up a little bit. Dang, I wish there was more light in here. That's fine though. Let me see if my brush stayed good. Yep, feels good, looks good. My little trimmer. Use my painter's tool to get that off of there. Just gonna put that there. All right, I'm gonna need this brush. Seems sturdy enough. I'm just gonna pour this paint in there. I'm not gonna. No, yeah, I'm gonna just pour a decent helping of it in there. Let me get my paintbrush ready. That's good. Let's use this too. Get that in there. For some reason, I like to not wear gloves. I like the paint being on my hands. It makes me feel like I'm doing something. You feel me? Like I'm, like he working. He not playing. You feel me? All right, so today I'm gonna do the doors first. I did one of these doors yesterday, but honestly, time was just not on my side at that moment. Well, it was on my, not that it wasn't on my side, but I really just didn't want to take on doing this whole door. I need to get in here, and I need to put like another coat on here. And then I need to do this door, and there's the closet door over there. So first I'm gonna get these little areas with the brush, because that's the most annoying part to paint. And then I'll move on to doing this, and I'll use the roller for that one. Yeah. Sounds good. Where'd I put the paintbrush? I am painting white, so you can't really see much. It just looks like I'm painting nothing. But hey, I am doing something, whether you want to believe it or not. There's all these little grooves in here. I'm gonna get down low. Go ahead, break it down real low. There's certain spots that definitely need another coat. And I can see other ones it's like, okay, this might not need any other paint, but I'm gonna just give it a nice painting. I'm gonna try to get this done quickly because I'm not staying here too long today. My wife and her mother, they're doing a little walk for, I forgot what it's called, NAMI? Something about like mental health or something like that. And I wanted to get this done today. So I didn't have to I don't want to have to come here next week, you feel me? Like, I might have to come here on Monday, but I'm not trying to make it like a 2-week process. Because technically on Thursday I didn't come here. So it wouldn't be a full week unless I came on Monday. A full work week at least, not a full 7 days. Maybe one day I'll get, maybe one day the meta glasses will record longer than 3 minutes. And I can do that. I previously had a DJI. I forgot what it's called, the Action something. And I wanted to wear it, but it was just like kind of heavy. Like I didn't like how heavy it was. Like it was heavier than my phone, so I didn't feel like wearing that. Like I wanted to like wear it on my head, you know, while I'm doing stuff. But it just didn't. Yeah, it just didn't hit for me. It didn't work for me. I do want to show like close up, but it's hard to do that and work, you know? Like it's not like I'm stationary, I'm not playing a video game. I'm like moving around and working, and sometimes I'm not in the same spot. I'm like having to do shit. Alright, I'm gonna just do this one too. I give it a nice wipe down with a Clorox wipe. Some of these areas, like right here where these grooves are, that's where like kind of dust tends to settle and like dirt. And if you're not consistently cleaning it, it kind of tends to build up. And honestly, all it takes is a little wipe down, you know? But so many people don't do that. And it doesn't mean they're a bad person. People don't have time for a lot of things. They're busy worrying about surviving. That is one of my goals. I want to be able to take care of my family and also take care of my home and not feel like it's such a task, you know? I'm not trying to paint that. My arm is hurting already. I just started. Having to paint multiple directions because the way the door is, it's like you can see this wood grain going this way, and then there's wood grain going that way, then it's this way, and it's this way. So kind of all over the place. I'm just gonna move this a little bit. Let me touch it up down here. Go ahead and break it down real low. Going live is kind of convenient for me because I get to record the stuff I'm doing, but it doesn't take up all my space in my phone. It just goes directly on YouTube. Oof! I just splashed paint. Where's my eye? What the hell? What the hell, Leonte? Put too much paint on that brush just now. I gotta get in there. I gotta really get in there. This paint job went pretty smoothly, but I definitely prepared, you know, prepared everything correctly. Preparing is the part that takes the most amount of time, honestly. Sometimes I get lazy during that part, but I can't, you know, like it's the most important part. Maybe I don't get lazy, but you get impatient. It's like, dang, I'm not done yet. You know, I'm ready to start painting the fun part. All right, so I painted that. I'm gonna let that dry just a little bit, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna, what am I saying? I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do a coat, another coat. Where's the roller? Matter of fact, just because I don't want the roller to get in my way. No, let me put the roller. Let me get the roller. This thing come clutch. This thing. Oop, get down here. Who's this? This is the same company that I bought that other pail, the one I'm gonna get a new one of. I think they're called Handy Products. Yeah, they just, bam, easy. Just put your brush there. You see it's in there a little bit. You're touching the paint a little bit. You can always get that tip nice, but then you can put the roller here and there's like a little groove here and it lets you just rest it on there. Come in clutch. Let me get that roller. I need to get one of those rollers that it has the what's it called? I don't know what it's called, but the nap or the material on that side. so I can just put it against the wall. I seen that somewhere, but I feel like that should be like the most common way to make a roller. Like, I don't know, it just doesn't, I don't know why it was never a thing. Try to back up so you at least see a little more. What am I doing? This. Let me see. Right there should be fine. Yeah. All right. Just gonna go slow. So this paint don't splash everywhere. Need to put a little more pressure on that roller. All right, I'm just gonna open this up. That's why I put the drop cloth here. And I'm only painting this side, I'm not painting the other side. I'm gonna put it like this. Gotta be careful, Mike. Can't forget this. This one has the grain going horizontally. I'm gonna just paint all the way down as far as I can go. Come back up here. This one's gonna get a second coat anyway. I might actually close this window so it can get a little toastier in here. I don't want it to get too hot, but hot enough. Like warm enough, I shouldn't say hot. I'm just gonna paint it like this. I don't care if the thing gets messed up. The wonders a paint job does, bro. Like, it almost looks like a brand new door. Alright, we can let that dry. I'm gonna do this one too. I feel uncomfortable doing it in my left hand. I need more paint on this? Maybe not. I can't really see what I'm doing, can y'all? Maybe I'll come over here. Push this direction. Yeah, that might be a little better, mate. Sorry I keep doing this stupid ass accent. It's just keep watching people playing Overwatch and they all got different accents. And then what else was I watching? I was watching Adolescents. They also had accents. So, accent just been in my head. There's a little extra paint on this side. Go ahead and try to use that. It literally just looks like I'm rubbing this brush on nothing. Like you can't really see much. I'm just gonna get in the floor a little bit, get in there. So this door is done. check it. I'll touch it up if anything, but I think it's pretty much done. Yeah. All right, let's move on. I should move this drop cloth so I can do this other door as well. This other door is in the closet. And actually the door, let me put this roller down. Oh look, this is what I was saying. How the kale comes in clutch. Sorry, that was a bit aggressive. But it's like a little groove here. You just go, bam. Gucci. You just sit it, just rest right there when you're not using it. And if you aren't using it again, you can also, like I can move this paintbrush over. If you wanted to put it in the paint, just so it stays moist, it'll kind of hold it in place a little bit. If the paintbrush wasn't there, it'll just rest on there, but I'll leave the paintbrush there. Yeah. Let that paint soak in that roller a little bit. But yeah, the door is missing a pin. Look. How did that happen? I haven't asked her about it, but like, how do you, like you have to, it looks like is it broken? Like you have to literally knock this thing out for that to come out. Like how did that, like what the heck? I don't know how that happened. But we'll worry about that at another time. All right, let me take this drop cloth off. I'm gonna just put the paint over here on the vanity. And you just grab this. That was perfect. That was perfect. I'm just gonna bring it over here. Try to slide it underneath the door. There's carpet in this closet. That's pretty good. I am gonna have to wipe this area a little bit. It's just a bit dirty, like right here. I know the shadows are killing the lighting. Killing it. But yeah, it's pretty dirty down there. Just give it a light wipe down. You don't gotta be crazy. You don't gotta be spotless. I don't know what that is. I will try to remove that. Feels like dried spit. You ever felt dried spit? It's kind of like, gets like kind of crunchy. Sorry, I'm sure that's disgusting, but it's the only thing that I could think of. All right. Let me wipe down a little bit more. Like along this side here, a little dirty. And up here, not terrible. the areas that usually have the most dirt are the areas where your hands are, touching. Like around the door handle, around this area where the door handle is. Sometimes like around here, because you might touch this when you're coming in, you know, so your hands are dirty and you rub it on there and it just keeps building up. And as it builds up, it gets easier to attract the dirt on your hands because now it's getting kind of sticky or like, you know, oily or whatever. But yeah, this looks, yeah, perfect. I'm gonna start cleaning in this area first and then same as I did with the other door. Oh, I'm gonna clean it down here a little bit more. What's this here? Yum, 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 yum. All right. So I got my paintbrush. Oops. Oops, a little too much paint. I'm just gonna start painting, baby. This one is vertical, so we're just gonna get in there a little bit. Get in there. And now, put a nice helping in there. I'm not gonna worry about this side. I'm gonna use a roller for that, but get a nice helping in there and get in those grooves. I'm just using the edge of the very tips of the brush to kind of get it in there. There's a big glob of paint on my arm. That's better. I'm gonna go over here. Guys can't see that. This a little bit. Oh, sorry, I was down there. I wonder if I can I put the flash on? What is that? Lighting on. What is that? Retouch? I don't care about that. Guess not. Maybe if I use a front face camera, that'll make a difference, but let me see. Whatever. next little side down here. I'm gonna sit down for this one. I'm gonna move the wood paint tree. Something's in my pocket. Headphones. Stop moving, you dumb dude. I thought I put something back there. I guess I did. Get a nice helping in here. Yeah. Get in there. Gotta get in those corners. In a second. Sometimes around like corners and edges and stuff, the paint will leave like a little pool of paint. Like, cause you're like kind of rubbing, and then there's like a big glob of paint there because you're basically rubbing the paint away along that edge. So you wanna make sure you're removing that excess paint. I'll put feather this in so there's no harsh lines, or you could do crosses, which also helps with feathering. Just light little, you know. All right. Now, let me go ahead and roll this out. I might have to actually get inside the closet because I don't have a lot of space there. I hate that paint, when paint gets on, mainly on the right and left edges. I haven't found a roller that doesn't do that. Or maybe it's not the roller, it's the rollie. If that makes sense. Probably not. All right, you could kind of tell there's a difference. Like, this looks pretty dirty right there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get in here. Sure. I'm gonna be careful so that paint doesn't splatter anywhere. This roller is perfect because it's only a 1/4 inch. So I could kind of use it for the walls and for the doors. So it puts like a good amount of paint, not too thick. That lighting? Oh, yeah, that's lighting. Sorry. I can't see that at all, can I? You can just see me painting, but you can't really see it. All right. What is on my foot? That squeaking is horrible. Needs to go to jail. Should probably move the camera, but sorry. Alright, I'm back up anyway, so I'm not gonna bother moving the camera. Alright. Alright, that's the first coat of this door. We're gonna come back later. Let me get some of this paint. This is where I started, so there's more paint over here than there is in the other spots. Make sure I get all that edge. Alright, so we go with this door. Alright, so the doors are done. Not done, but in terms of right now, they're done. So what I'm gonna do, let me make some. This live is sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts. No, it's not. Alright, so now we gotta do the trim, which is annoying. But you gotta get it done. Oh, let me tell mommy. I need to. Damn. If I move this up, will it? No. Dang. All right. So, well, since I'm over here already, I'm gonna just start the trim on this side. Since I'm already over here, get the baseboard around the doors and shit. And then now work counterclockwise. Yeah, I'll work counterclockwise. Yeah, so I'm gonna start down here in this little nook area. And then I'll make my way up the door frame, all that crap. Let me do the front face. Yeah, front face camera. Rear face camera, not the front face camera, goofy. All right, yeah, so I'm gonna start down here first. Just so I don't have to move the drop cloth. I already got the drop cloth over here. May as well do this area. Get that out the way. Good thing about this, everything is just in one color, so I don't gotta worry about being perfect when it comes to painting this. And I put the what you call it, the tape there. This is the only thing I gotta worry about. Let me put the roller here. This is the second coat. Looking good. Let me. Get the edge of the door trim. Sorry. Alright, let's start up here. I want to make sure y'all can see that. I want to make sure I can see it too, because this video is really for me. I love y'all, whoever you are. But this video is for me. Just so I have it. I gotta get upside down sometimes. What is that? Oh, popcorn. Wait, is that popcorn? I don't know what that is actually. When I say popcorn, I mean like popcorn ceiling. Some popcorn ceiling was falling down. Definitely have to touch this one. I'll do the second coat. I still see some blue. Is that just the wall itself? I mean the trim? Yeah. It's just like not level, so it looks weird. Y'all can't see it, but I can see it. Dang, it's almost been an hour already. It's almost been an hour. Like, time goes by so fast. I'm definitely not gonna be able to do all this by the time they get back. Definitely not. Well, let me not talk myself out of that. Maybe I will. Who knows? Only God knows. God knows everything. I think I got a lot of balance and my knees ain't busted. I'm dipping it low. Dip it low, pick it up slow. Back, 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 back. Oh wait, no. Pop, 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 that bang. I'm gonna show you how to make a man say, oh. Oof. Can y'all even see what I'm doing? I'm not even angling this shit. Alright. That's good enough. What y'all doing today? Watching this video of me painting a white wall of white paint. Like, what are y'all really doing? Talk to me. I'm by myself. I'm bored. Where y'all from? Did y'all eat breakfast today? I got some Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts got a little $6 deal or some crap. I'm very much a person who likes to eat at home, or like this week I haven't eaten. Like I've been fasting, so I haven't been eating breakfast. So I don't know why today. Well, my wife wanted Dunkin' Donuts, so we got Dunkin' Donuts, and I ended up getting something. But yeah, I don't usually eat that, and she was mad today because I delete the app. Like if I'm not using something, I like remove it. Like why do I need it? Just taking up space. And I was trying to explain to her like I delete the app because if I have the app on my phone, then I'm more inclined to like it's almost like advertising. You feel me? Like if I'm seeing it in my phone, it's like small little hits of advertising, you know, like Dunkin' Donuts or whatever the hell it is, whatever app it is. So once I use it, I delete it. There's no point in me keeping it if I'm not using it every single day. It'd be different if like I was religiously eating Dunkin' Donuts or drinking that coffee. Like I like to make my own coffee. Make my own coffee, make it how I want, and save money. But you know, it was her time of the month, so she kind of be all over the place. Be like, oh, I want this, I want this, I want that, I want that. Nah, okay, you can have it. You can have whatever you want. Otherwise, if she don't get it, you know, she gonna sulk or she gonna cry, something. Why are you treating me this way? All I wanted was some Dunkin' Donuts. Are you calling me fat? I'm not fat. You know, like, we went on this whole thing. And to save myself from that, we get Dunkin' Donuts. Well, yeah, where y'all at? Where y'all from? Sorry, give me a second. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell, Yonte? What the hell, Barry? What LeBron James? Yeah. Oh, get down here. I'm gonna have to get down here a little later. Oh, no, shoot. Just getting the bottom part. Finally. What's up, y'all? What's up? Oh, what is that? What are these? I've never seen an emoji like that. That little fish looking thing looks like gumball. Like a purple version. It's kind of hard to see, like, if... Yeah, it's just kind of hard to see because it's white. You get me? Like, obviously I know paint is going on the wall. But... I don't know if y'all can see this down here, but... Oh well. Alright. Alright, Now, moving on to this baseboard. Oh wait, did I? Yeah, I got up there. I'm gonna do the very top edge, which I didn't do. Yeah, I'm moving on down to the baseboard over here. What's up, Naziha and Farid? Farid Naili. Naili. Beautiful names. Beautiful names. Don't know that. Don't know that. What's that mean? That means thank you, I think. What language is that? I don't remember. The baseboard is way easier. I have to get around this trim area over here. I'm gonna put the front face camera just so I could see what I'm seeing or see what y'all seeing. But yeah, I'm just painting this right here. This tape wasn't here, and I have to be a little bit more meticulous, you know? Yeah, after I do this trim, I'm gonna move on to like doing the cutting in the ceiling. So when I did it last time, you know, I did it with a brush, and then I also did it with this little trim thing. But it just wasn't doing what, you know, I didn't get a full coverage in there. So yeah. Right under here, I didn't get full coverage either. Gotta get around this outlet real quick. Oops, oh no. I wasn't paying attention. And I got drips of paint. Where's my little cloth, mate? I'm just cleaning the paint off the paper. Even though there's paper on the floor, which protects it, the paint is still there, so I can step on it and it could get on my socks or my feet, and then it'll be on the floor or wherever else I step. All right, so next I need to get in this little groove over here. Put y'all a little higher. Yeah. Bam. That's perfect, right? I just want to get in this little corner bit of the paint like this. Oof. Nice. Nice. Beautiful. Yeah, that was a nice helping right there. Let's do that again. Let me start from the bottom. Alright, I'm gonna get in that corner too. That's another one of the areas that the corners. I'm gonna go back up there again anyway, but just need to touch it up at the very least. And the ruler can't get over here, so just use my brush. The thing about this area is you can't really see much because there's gonna be a medicine cabinet there, so I don't have to worry about it too much. All right, I'm gonna get around this little area, Mike. All right, let's move on to this side. Just like this. Oof, I'm gonna touch the walls. I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to put this second coat on based on time, but I'm moving pretty quickly actually. To get up there, I got some paint in this corner here, and there's like a spot over there, which is annoying. I'll touch this up a little better once I actually get up there. Move on. Let's get down here. Just gonna in there. this outlet and this light switch. Just feathering it out, so it's gonna create sharp lines. It's that old school GFCI. That shit is big as hell. The like test and the reset buttons are really big. Now they're much smaller. See, look how big that is. They're like wide, you know? They're like about maybe a little less than half that size now for most GFCIs. Okay. Now we're moving on to all the trim over here where the toilet is and all that stuff. Now I'm definitely gonna grab that drop cloth. Somebody's horn is going off. Try to pull it underneath without messing it up too much. That was easy. Alright. Alright, so I'm just gonna paint around there, and then all of this. First, let me get under here. Get down there. And then I'm gonna get on this edge right there. I got down there already. Alrighty. Moving on. I'm gonna do this baseboard. Down here, get in this corner. I need a little more paint on there. Sorry, I can't really see that, can ya? Ooh, look at that arm. Dang. Looks sexy. All right. Let me try to get in there for y'all. I mean, honestly, you can't really see much. It's just white paint on top of white paint. So. You can see my black arm. I got some paint on the floor over here because I didn't put tape there. Mainly out of laziness. Oof, I'm literally touching the base with my sock. Yeah, mainly out of laziness. Don't be lazy, kids. It gets you nowhere. If anything, it causes you more work in the long run. If you're really lazy, do the work. Some of you might not catch that. Do the extra work if you're lazy. The end, it's not extra work. I need to get in here too. Ooh, excuse me. That's that dunking coming up. Get a little lower. All right, this thing was giving me, ooh, look at this glob of paint. Where's my, I have a little scraper. No, this isn't it, this is a painter's tool, but maybe I can remove it. I should have got a blade. Where is my blade? Damn. Oh wait, what is this? In my pocket. I don't know if this is sharp enough though. Yeah, I haven't sharpened this in a while. All right. Let me be intentional and not put too much paint there. Let me move this so you can see a little more. At least see the whole thing. I need this to be a little closer. There's paint on my arm's starting to solidify or dry, and my hairs, I could feel it on my hairs, arm hairs. It's interesting that I'm doing this right now because just to touch base on it, like, this is my mother-in-law's house, and for a while I was like kind of hesitant in doing work in the house because, you know, I'm like, time is money, and what I would probably charge somebody to do this, she is not able to pay me, you know, she's not able to meet that. And then also, it just is a bit uncomfortable to like charge her, like, knowing the full story and of like everything they've gone through, and like, this is my mother, you know. And it's interesting when I mentioned like a mother-in-law, I've like posted on Reddit and people like were acting weird because I said something about my mother-in-law, and I was like, in my head, I'm like, this is now my mother. Like, I think I was wondering, like, maybe I wonder what it'd be like if I would have posted like what I posted and then just use the word mother rather than mother-in-law and see if the reactions to what they said was different. But they were just like, why are you worrying about this? This is your mother-in-law. Like, blah, 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 blah. Like, why should she care? And I'm like, bruh, this is my mother now. Like, people will call their friends, you know, their friends for life, their family. But when it comes to in-laws, people act weird, you know? And maybe I guess like it's because I don't think I have a lot of family relationships. Like, I have family, but I don't have a lot of family relationships. So I think I consider this my family relationship. Like, this is my family, you know? And I see her a lot. Like, you know, I spend a lot of time with her. Especially with me doing this work, you know? And yeah, I don't know. It was like, I'm like trying to find ways where I can, you know, make money rather than, you know, spend time throughout the working days and doing work for free and not making any money. And for some reason, God is like, bruh, like, do this, you know? Like, every time, like, I tried to find some reason as to not do something, or like I tried to convince myself. Like, you know, like you have like those two voices in your head, and like one voice is saying don't do it and the other voice is saying do it, and the voice that was saying don't do it was trying to kind of convince me like, oh, this shit is not worth your time, or, you know. And I feel like God kept saying like, boy, if you don't do this thing for this woman, you don't know what blessing I got in store for you. Like, just do it, the money will come, you feel me? Like, don't worry about this shit that's not important. Like, you're doing something for somebody that's gonna, you know, when it impacts how they view you and like their relationship with you, and it also helps them because she's not in a position to hire somebody to paint her bathroom or paint her cabinets or, you know, all these things. Like, and that's, I don't know, I do see the impact in that. And it's not like I didn't want to do it. It was just like, you know, there's conflicting ideas. Like, there's worry about, oh, are we going to be able to, you know, pay for this or get that, or, you know. And a lot of times it's like we're not able to get the things we don't need, you know. Like, oh, I can't spend money on getting takeout food. All right, like, then make the food in the house. Like, you got food in your cabinet, you're just being lazy. You don't want to make it. But yeah, I'm just talking like, I'm just excited for whatever's to come, because I know that, you know, God is always looking out for me and always looking out for us. And, you know, sometimes we try to we try to do shit on our own, you know? And then he always puts us in positions where it's like, no, don't forget you need me, you know? Like, you are nothing without me. And I don't know, I just appreciate that. Like, I'm on a Saturday, like, this is my morning. And I was excited to do this. I'm like, yo, I want to get this done. Like, I'm ready. So, yeah, I'm just like, I'm like through worrying about shit. Like, why am I worrying about something I know is going to get taken care of? Like, it might not be taken care of in my time when I wanted to be taken care of, but I know it's going to get taken care of. So why worry, like, when I know it's going to be handled, you know? I know I'm going to be good. I know everything is going to happen the way it needs to happen. And my wife and I was watching Love is Blind the other day, and this guy, he was like, what did he say? He was like, everything happens for a reason, regardless of like how it happened, like whether it felt negative at the time or not. Like, everything happens for a reason. At the end, it's for the benefit of you, you know? Like, you can go through something negative, and in the moment it can feel all consuming and like feel like the world is crashing down on you, but for whatever reason, that thing needs to happen for you to grow in some way, shape, or form. And you don't realize it when you're in the midst of it, but it's like when you come out of it, you're really like, oh shoot, like, this is helping me, you know? And I think it's powerful when you are in the midst of going through something like stressful, or something where maybe in a position of lack, or maybe you're in a position of like, I don't know, like stress or whatever. And I think it's powerful to know when you're in the midst of that, that this is necessary, you know? Like, I don't want to say necessary evil, but for lack of better words, like necessary evil. It's a necessary evil. Sometimes you got to go through quote unquote negative things in order to, you know, have a positive outcome, you know? And again, like, always plan for your plan not to go according to plan. That is part of the plan. Part of the plan is to plan that the plan is not going to go according to plan. If you don't plan that the plan is not going to go according to plan, you're always going to be stressed about things. You're always going to be stressed like, oh, this didn't go how I wanted it to go, and yada, yada, yada. Now I'm sad, or I'm mad, or I'm depressed. And I'm like, you need to expect the unexpected. But I just think saying plan for your plan not to go according to plan is so much better. I think I heard that in the Psychology of Money book. I forgot who that's by, but Psychology of Money, he mentioned that. He was like, you have a certain relationship with finances because, you know, you want to be in control of everything. And with me, that always comes back to God. But yeah, you always want to have control over everything, and you're not realizing that things are not in your control. Like, he used the example of COVID. Like, people were just chilling one day, and then all of a sudden the whole world was shut down. You feel me? Like, that just happened out of nowhere. Like, things are not in your control, whether you want it or not. You can call it God, you can call it the universe, you can call it energy, whatever the hell you want to call it. It doesn't really matter. But it's not in your control. So why try to control it? Like, let the universe take the wheel, you know? Let that energy take the wheel. Let Jesus take the wheel. Let God take the wheel. Like, you need to chill out and just live in the moment. Be happy, because people always say like, oh, you could die tomorrow. No, you can die today. The phrase shouldn't be you can die tomorrow. The phrase should be you can die today. Like, that can happen today. Like, you don't know. You don't know what can happen. You could step outside and go to the grocery store or something, and all of a sudden, bam, you hit by a car. Or like, you don't know what can happen. Like, you can die today, you know? And I think that's so much more powerful than saying you can die tomorrow. Live like you can die tomorrow, or something like that. Like, live like you can die today, because you can die today. And obviously, I don't want you to die today, but you can. It's just the reality of it, you know? Like, I'm in Georgia right now, and I could go to Walmart and there's guns on the rack. There's like guns on a rack. I'm not a Georgia resident yet, but I'm just saying, there's like guns on the rack, like in Walmart. Like, I ain't never seen some shit like that. Like, in New York, we don't got Walmart in New York, so you know there ain't no guns on the rack. Um, but the people in New York who got guns, they probably come into Georgia. They come into Pennsylvania. They go into wherever they need to go to get it. But I ain't never seen no guns in Iraq. You feel me? I think that's wild to have that accessible like that. I'm gonna put y'all over here so I can go see a little better. I don't even know what the point of all these things that I'm saying. I'm just like chatting right now. Just cause I'm like alone and I love being alone. But I'm on live, like ain't nobody talking. I might as well talk. I fill that void. Funny thing is I'm not a talker normally. Like usually I'm pretty quiet. But I remember, like, I forgot a few years ago, I read something and it was talking about like the signs or whatever, like zodiac. It said something about like the throat and how like kind of like I'm afraid to speak or something like that. And in reality, that me speaking is a thing that's gonna bring me to a higher level. And that's kind of stuck with me. I don't think I've ever shared it with anybody. I'm sharing it with this live right now, but that kind of stuck with me because I'm like, damn, like, maybe I do need to talk a little bit more. Maybe I shouldn't be so quiet all the time. Like, I have knowledge in my head, but I never, like, put it out. You know, I just keep it to myself. And that's not fair. That is not fair. That's a big reason why I made this YouTube channel, Highly Handy. Because I want to be able to share the knowledge that I have with other people. And I don't know. This is like, it's crazy because it seems so small. It's just a YouTube channel. But like, I can literally change somebody's life. Like, I can change somebody's life. They might not comment it. They might not be liking it. But I could be changing somebody's life and I might not even know it. Like, things are happening behind the scenes, you know? With or without me. Like, things are happening behind the scenes all the time. So it's just like everything you do has an impact on somebody. Hopefully it's a positive impact, but if it's a negative impact, hopefully there's a positive outcome from that negative. But yeah. Wow, I'm really chatting though. Ain't I? Y'all can tell me to shut up. Y'all can tell me to shut up. I will. Nah, I'm just kidding. I won't. I'm too stubborn for that. Down on me. Wow, when I'm talking, it really makes time go by. I've just been painting and yapping. Yapping and painting. Painting and yapping. Oh, oh, oh. You saw that? I didn't clean off the brush before I got down here. All right. We are looking good, baby. All right, so I'm gonna do, now moving on to this side over here. We are moving on. Wait, did I paint this? Nope. I'm moving on. I didn't even finish painting up here. All right, I'm gonna be quiet now until I have something else to say. I need to respond. That's weird. Okay. Sorry, I was just like, I'm just in my head thinking. Let me think out. So like, I'm currently work with a company called Character, and they provide like DIY, basically like tech support, but like over the phone. Like you could text somebody, and they can help you. But honestly, it's kind of bad. It's like, it's like very rarely does somebody respond. And like we have shifts, so like I have a shift. Like for instance, today I have a shift at like 12 or something. No, I have a shift at 12, and a ticket was assigned to me for Thursday, but my shift wasn't on Thursday. Somebody else's shift was on Thursday. So I didn't respond. I was busy Thursday. I was like working, you know. So I'm like feeling bad because I didn't respond to the customer, but I only just now saw it. Even though it was assigned to me. And I'm like, personally, I wouldn't want to use this service, like if I was a customer. Like I would not, I really would not, because just based on the experiences that I've had as a person who works with them, the service is kind of shit. And if you've had like somebody comment about the service, and like I tried to respond to them, but I think they blocked the number because they didn't want to receive response. Like the problem is the software that they use, which is gorgeous. The software, like when a ticket comes in, you're supposed to get a notification like, oh, you got a notification, a ticket is assigned to you. But you don't get the notification. Like you won't get the notification unless you open up the app. So you have to open up the app every single time. And sometimes like you open up the app and a ticket won't show. But then like even if you reload the tickets, it won't show. And then like you have to close out the app and like force quit it and then open it back up and then the ticket will show. It's like, it just isn't as intuitive. You're supposed to be able to do it on your phone and like be on the go. Like I can't be on a laptop. I'm busy. I'm working. Like I'm highly handy. I'm moving shit. I'm like moving. I'm not in a desk sitting down. You feel me? Like it'd be different if I was on a computer and maybe the notifications come up easier. But as of right now, the software that they use kind of sucks. Like I wouldn't suggest anybody use that software. It's gorgeous. If you're working on something where you need to provide like support to people as like some sort of like tech service or whatever, I would not suggest Gorgeous as a ticketing system. Yeah, it's just, and I've mentioned to the owner like, hey, like this software doesn't work. Like I don't always get the notifications. Like I'll go on the app and blah blah. He's like, yeah, I know it sucks. You might have to get a different one, but then he just doesn't care. Something like makes me feel like this company is like kind of sketchy. Like, are y'all actually who y'all say y'all are? Cause y'all do pay me, but I don't know. It makes me think also like maybe I should be doing this. Like, maybe I should be the one to like. Maybe I should be the one offering like handy like support or something. Like maybe I should be the one to. I don't know, you want to text me. Oh, you want to text me because you need help with installing a faucet or something. Like, I'm thinking like maybe that should be something that I incorporate into my business. Maybe like create some sort of subscription model or something like that. Like, I don't know how that'll work. But yeah, I'm just like in my head like thinking about that, which is why I was so quiet. Because I feel like I would do a better job. And also like when I work with them, every time I like respond to a ticket, it's very well done. You know, like I do use ChatGPT sometimes, like based on like the situation, I want to word it correctly. But like when I see other people respond, like they don't give information, like, oh, you need to do this, but they don't send a photo. They don't send like use any illustrations. They don't like, and I feel like I'm more well thought out in that way. Like I'll send a screenshot, you know, and put an arrow, like this is the thing you need to do. You feel me? I think I'm just better at that. So I'm really just, I don't know, there's just so many things in my mind, you know? I'm like, should I go about doing that? What y'all think? Would you pay for a service like that? Would you pay for a service that offers you, like, say you want to be somebody who does handy stuff, like around your home. Like, you don't necessarily want to call, like, somebody might call their dad, you feel me? Like, somebody call, I got to call my dad to see how I do this. But you could call Highly Handy, and Highly Handy will help you, you feel me? Dang, I need to put the drop cloth right here. But yeah, I'm just thinking about that idea. And I'm like praying on it. I'm just like asking God to give me clarity, like, and make it plain and make it clear so I'm not confused. You feel me? Like I need to have discernment on what is coming from God and what is not. Because sometimes an enemy will try to distract you or trick you. I was watching somebody, I think it's Pastor Mike Jr., and I think he was saying the devil, you know how they say the devil is a liar? He was saying the devil is a lie. Like the devil is a walking, breathing lie. So there's nothing that comes out of his mouth, nothing that he does, that he's a living lie. But when the devil comes upon you, the only thing he knows how to do is deceive. Sometimes he's trying to deceive me. Make me think I should be doing one thing, all because it seems easy. That's like when I had this thing, I like quit my job, like in June or something. And like it was weighing heavy on my heart for a while, like to quit this job. I was like I just didn't like being there. I didn't like, it wasn't the job itself, like the people or anything. It was more like what I was doing. Like, for instance, like I didn't like handling trash. Like I was doing maintenance at a property. And while I understand the value of the position, it was just the job itself didn't, like, I had no fulfillment within that job. And that's something that I care about is fulfillment. Some people are okay with just getting paid money and then, you know, going about their business, but I need to have some sort of fulfillment in what I'm doing. I need to be creative. I need to be in that space of creativity and stuff like that. Like right now I'm painting. Like this is satisfying to me. I like this. But that job was like, I don't know, it just wasn't what I wanted. And I kind of just expressed that to my wife and spoke to like my friend about it. And he just told me like, you know, like, trust God. You got Jesus on your side. Like Jesus gonna take care of you. God gonna take care of you. Like, are you gonna trust God or you're not gonna trust God and you're gonna stay here? You know, and that's kind of where my head was at. And, you know, I decided to trust God. And it hasn't been easy, because trusting God isn't always easy. Trusting God doesn't say, trust God because it's easy. It's just trust God, you know? And you have to have that faith, you know? You gotta have that faith in yourself and also the faith in God. Knowing that things are gonna work out. But yeah, anyway. I was talking about the devil, how the devil be lying. But when like I decided to, all right, like I'm gonna quit my job, literally the day, that was my last day that I quit my job, I got a call from the property that's across the street from where I live. And they were asking, well, they didn't call me. They spoke to the property that I live at. They spoke to the people there and then asked them if they can get my number or something like that, which is weird, but they reached out to the property because I worked for the company the place that I lived, or the place that I live is also the place where, like the management company that I worked for. I just worked at a different property. So they reached out to that property to like get my number or whatever. And they were trying to offer me a position at the property across the street. And it was a day after, like the very last day of my job. Like I was stepping out of my job. Like it was out, my day was over. And my wife calls me and said, hey, like this job, the people at the property told me that the property across the street called them and wanted to get my information, blah, blah. And I was like, what the fuck? Like at first she was in the headspace of like, oh, like this is a blessing. Like this, it's not a coincidence that this happened, blah, blah. And like she's reading it in a different way because one, I feel like she was, sometimes people lead in fear without realizing, like, and like sometimes like your story isn't somebody else's story, rather, even if you're married to them, like they don't always have the same understanding of your relationship with God that you have. So she was like, oh, this is great, like it's across the street, blah, blah. But like my whole thing was I didn't want to be doing that work, period. It wasn't about like money, it was about me not wanting to do that work, period. So why would I take on a position just because it's across the street and then continue doing something I don't want to do? Like it didn't make sense to me. It felt more like it wasn't God. It felt more like it was the devil trying to trick me into thinking that, maybe you should go here instead. Don't pursue this other thing. And that's how the devil works. He'll disguise a blessing. And that's something that seems like a blessing. It's not. It's a trick. He's just a lie. He's a lie. He is a lie. And I'm very grateful that I quit that job and I didn't take this other job. There was a moment where I was having a lot of fear, and because I was feeling that fear, I had called the job. Like it was like later on, I called the job, and I reached out to them and spoke to them or whatever, and they said, yeah, fill out this thing that I sent you in the email, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. And I was about to fill it out, and I never actually followed through. Which I'm glad about, because I didn't need to. That's not what was meant for me. And I felt it in my bones, but it was just, I had a moment of fear. And I was thinking like, oh, this is the smart thing to do, like, I know this is guaranteed money, blah, blah, but God clearly told me, if your ass don't wait, I told you to wait, didn't I? So wait, motherfucker. He didn't say motherfucker, but I think God understands me. I don't think God is judging me based on like me cursing. These little things like curses and stuff, I think that's man. That's man worrying about that shit. Coach, you can't say blah, blah, blah. You think God really is fixated on these little things that y'all decided to make important? Like a word with a meaning that can change based on how you use it. He ain't worried about that. But we try to humanize God, which is a problem because that diminishes his power. Who am I, a preacher? What am I on today? I'm on something today. Really on something. Did I get this edge? Yeah, I think I did it already. Let me get it. Let me get it again, just in case. Alright. Move this a little bit. This edge. Let me go ahead and this drop cloth over here just in case. Honestly, the office has such a hold on me. Like, I just said just in case, and then it made me think about when Michael was trying to recruit an intern, and there was that guy Justin. He was like, just in case. And I'm like, okay, why is that? Like, how is the office that powerful? It's piercing my mind, my heart, my body, my soul. What time is it? 11:40. I think that walk there ends at 12. Some things over here in the way. Alright, I think we're pretty much done here. I might have to touch some of this stuff up, but I can't. I won't know until it dries. Oh, let me do these sides. I forgot to do that over there. Yeah, I forgot to do this right here, and then I didn't do up there. So let me do that. Shouldn't take that long. This top part doesn't matter that much, mainly because we're gonna put blinds there. But once another time, so I guess it doesn't matter. I get more paint on this brush, just kind of dry. I gotta be backwards. Oops. This is back-breaking work. Literally. Little crevice here. Then you can see how this part is sagging. Yeah. It's like sagging right there, and then also over here, you can see it's like some shifting happening, which is normal for a 30-year-old house, so it'd be weird if that didn't happen. Okay. Alright, so now I'm gonna do around the edge of the ceiling and the edge of this top of this thing. Alright, so where should I start? I'm gonna start over here. Yeah, I'm gonna start over there. Get the step stool. Yeah. I think I let it dry too much. Actually, no, it's fine. I just need this roller out the way, honestly. Nani? Nani? Just gonna get up there. I was hoping this will make my life easier, but it might be making it a little bit harder. Maybe. Just a tad bit harder. It's this fucking popcorn ceiling, bro. It's so annoying to work around. Like, I don't know why they would ever. Why would you ever want to do that to a ceiling? I have to come back and clean that up. Did I do that part? Yeah, I did that. Let me move on to the rest of this. Alright, we almost done cutting the ceilings in. I'm definitely gonna have to come back and clean up some of that paint that's on there. Ooh. Ooh, this is a balancing act. It's like too much paint coming out the top. Need step stool, and I need to go inside the shower. Daddy wasn't there to take me to the fair, change my underwear. Yeah. Daddy wasn't there. Daddy wasn't there. Daddy is a bitch. He ain't never been shit. Alrighty, mate. It might be time. It might be time to start painting the second coat. Let's get that paint on that tray. We're back at it again. cycling again with the white vans. Y'all remember that? I don't think I need a lot, but just bam. A little more. Where's the cloth? Boy. I'm gonna be right back. might actually just paint the ceiling with these little fucking spots. Got me tight. Little spots got me tight. Ooh, my finger was stuck. Problem with painting the ceiling is this is not ceiling paint, so it's not as thick, so it's more prone to drip. And also with the popcorn ceiling, bro, that shit. Yeah, with the way time is looking, I might just paint the ceiling. Might get away with it. I might. Oops. See paint dripping over there. Did I paint this side? I don't think I painted this yet. top on the ceiling is the worst. In the toilet. I need my smaller ruler to get in there.